what you think of as your body and mind, or what you experience as your body and mind. The concept doesn't quite fit. In other words, the concept is an arbitrary overlay over something that in a way eludes being pinned down. And you can remember there's this homework. You keep to go around, you go nosing around. I love that one. You just can't find it. You cannot. And then point, right? A Descartesian point is xy, or an xyz in 3 dimensions. As you know, a point, to be precise, has no size. So therefore, all the points on your nose, in a computer thing and a plastic surgeon guy where he would give you like a picture of how he would modify your nose, right? Then every single point that's there, none of them are on your nose because the point has no size. So it's actually not there. It's a concept of location. But to be exact, it can't have any size. So it cannot be there. So your nose is made of an infinite number of points, none of which are there on the nose. And besides which, that you don't know where the there is, that there's a there because where is it different from your cheek, etc. You don't know, right? You just make an arbitrary division. So if you really work on this, and it sounds like just kind of fooling around with language and whatever, because here's my nose. But if you develop contemplative, concentrative ability to really do that, you could have an experience where you would sort of see through your nose. You would have an experience of noselessness. And then you would understand what these people are talking about. That's what he means, neither body nor mind appear anywhere in the triple world. That's where you start, is what he's saying to Shariputra, And then, but based on that, you should absorb yourself in contemplation in such a way that you can manifest all ordinary behavior without forsaking cessation. So this again is non-duality. Cessation is nirvana. It's what Shariputra thinks of as nirvana, and Shariputra already did have experiences as if everything ceased, as if the ordinary differentiated world of cause and process and so forth disappeared. He himself disappeared into it, and yet it wasn't like a disappearing, like just going unconscious. It was beyond just going unconscious, where you were sort of consciously unconscious, if you can imagine. But there is a state like that he had already definitely attained, and when he attained that, because he's an arhat, and when he attained that, he thought that was a taste of nirvana, and maybe was surprised when he found himself back at the foot of a tree, and his regular body and so forth, and his regular personality and thought process and all of that. And then when he did, he then he was confirmed in his dualism, that this world where my body is and all these differentiated things, and I'm one, and it's all around me. And that place where it's all disappeared, and that's a release and relief of not being any kind of thing to worry about, and then not even any thinking or anything. That's nirvana. And then sort of imagining that that's a place. That's where his analysis was not deep enough. Imagining it as a place, even though it's a place that supplanted this place filled with differentiated objects, and yet he would go back to that place at death. And his being here in a body was just pure momentum. It was like residual momentum, right? It's like I love that in the Matrix. Now I know a lot of you saw the Matrix because you're young people, and